one. Does have to be a sonnet. There's an army coming, and I know where it's going. There's an army coming. You're not alone. When you're in the battle, pick up your shield. Call on Jesus. He'll lead you home.
No, I'm looking for. That's not gonna work. Okay. I like that part.
That sounds great. Nice.
Is that better for the ending?
Let's see. There's an army coming, and I know where it's going. Okay. Yes. There's an army coming. You're not alone. Okay.
But that's an A. Nothing else has the A in it.
So perhaps I'm just on the wrong key. I can lower. Are you still in F?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, it's not the key. It's me figuring out what's going to fit.
Okay.
So it's A minor, C, A minor.
There's an army coming, and I know where it's going.
I'm not finding.
The there. There's an army coming. You're not alone. Lord, make it easy for us.
Yeah, it's too standard.
Okay.
So that's a.
Sounds pretty.
That's the piece of a B flat major 7. Got to stop doing that. I keep hitting this, which is not in the. So if I'm doing. So that's a 2 chord. So it's a G.
Sure, leave it to me to make it more complicated.
That's it.
What happens when you don't do music, Alicia? You start making things up in your brain.
Yeah. That's a G minor 7 with
Okay.
the 7 in the bass. I like the sound of it. I
Sounds
don't know how
beautiful.
it's going to fit with.
We can just change the song. We can do it right now. Come on, Holy Spirit. That sounds good. That sounds good.
Okay.
There's an army coming, and I know where it's going.
Was that the melody? No, let's go.
Going. Going. I can speak.
Yeah, do it a couple times without the guitar.
There's an army coming, and I know where it's going. There's an army coming, you're not alone. When you're in the battle, pick up your shield. Call on Jesus, he'll lead you home. You home.
Okay, yeah, that works. It starts on A minor to C.
You home. I'll lead you home. Now come on. You home. Army coming.
There's an army coming. Is that
There's an army coming.
okay? That's where I was making a mistake.
Pain and depression. Trust in the Lord. You are not broken. He made you whole.
It's kind of a D minor there.
So there is some kind of transition. That's a real transition.
Yeah.
I'm not going that high. Unless you want to.
I'm sorry, I'm having trouble keeping that melody locked in my head. Do the
There's
first
an
one.
army coming. Coming.
There's an
Army coming.
There's an army.
There's an army coming. That's
Okay.
it. There's an army coming.
Okay.
And I know where it's going. That's the hard part. That has to
do
be a
slurs
simpler way
very
for
good.
you.
So that's a D. So what can be thrown in there? So I was going from I was doing this to the. So that's a G minor. Right? No. Yeah, it's a G minor. So and G minor has a D in it.
Okay, so I could probably change my key. There's an army coming, and I know where it's going. Oh wow. Yeah, I'm not going that high.
You already are kind of. Okay, I might octave you.
Jesus. Oh, okay. When you're in the battle, trust in the Lord.
Yep.
Trust in the Lord. Okay, we change it. Trust in the Lord. When you're in the battle, trust in the Lord.
I was starting the wrong spot. That's the song right there. But that's a minor. Maybe just need to let that be a passing note. That doesn't work. I like it.
Love it.
So leave the F there and just slide those back.
Oh, wow. That sounds beautiful.
Oh.
Okay.
The
The Lord. Jesus. He'll lead you home. He'll lead you home.
What was
When
it?
you're in the battle, trust in the Lord. Jesus, He'll lead you home. He'll lead you home. Let me change it. Home, He'll lead you home.
Oh yeah, he'll lead you home. Oh yeah, he'll lead you.
Oh, that's so funny.
Okay. So we're gonna go to from there. It's too harsh, sounds like to me. That doesn't tone it down much.
He'll lead you home.
I mean, it's certainly a different feel, and I don't want to change the feel. We don't want to, but
I don't know. We'll see how it goes. That sounds really pretty. I like it. Home. He'll lead you home.
I think we change the key and go to G. That's actually one way to do it. You just step down. So that's back to the new 5 chord, and you go up to the new 1 chord. But anyway, that's a different thing, a different item. So now, I don't have to mimic exactly what you're singing, but it's helping me figure out the
How it
chords a little
goes.
bit.
And it sounds really pretty.
Good.
The guitar can sing it for me. I like it.
There's something I noticed. Have you heard of second chapter of Acts?
Of course.
Okay.
The Acts of the Apostles. The Acts.
I'm sorry. I'm not explaining. Have you heard of the group, the Christian singing group?
Oh, okay.
Second chapter of Acts.
Yes, I read the Bible.
Sorry. Have you heard of the singing group, Second
No,
Chapter of
I
Acts?
have
They're
not.
from kind of the early 70s. They were
Okay.
one of the kind of Jesus movement, really just very impactful.
Okay.
Had awesome songs. You've probably sung a song there before.
Probably.
But something I noticed that I didn't realize, well, just a slight background. So it's Annie Herring, so that's her married name, and her sister Nellie,
Mm-hmm.
and her brother Matthew.
Mm-hmm.
And at the time, Matthew was 15 years old.
Oh, wow.
They all have awesome voices, and they blend together. Of course, brothers and sisters always blend together like
because there's
no
similar
one
sound,
else.
of course.
It's not just the genetics; they've grown up saying words the same way. Their muscles in their mouth have
That makes
formed
perfect sense.
to make the
same
sound
sound.
similar. So it very good. But something I didn't realize before, but I noticed when I listened to a song recently. She plays piano. She writes. Annie is one that wrote most of the songs. She is playing the melody on the piano like all the time.
Nice.
And somehow it helped make a really solid melody.
Nice.
And I just didn't recognize that before. I mean, I knew their songs were great, their harmonies were tight, the songs. But so that was something I noticed that just
I like that because you could hear it in the song and it's easier to follow.
it is. It strengthened the melody
Mm-hmm.
in a way that I didn't realize before. So we can
I
try
love
doing that.
Okay. Love it.
Yeah, it's a good old. It's almost a Southern gospel
Dude,
type
that
thing.
sound like I don't know where
Yep.
it came from. I don't know. I'm singing in the car going, Lord, I just want a song. And then it just came to me. 10 minutes.
Well, that part you were doing, but that part you weren't doing. So that was something I threw in there. But
I
anyway,
like that.
cool. Have you heard of a group called For Him?
Probably know their songs better than the actual group name.
Yeah, it's four guys,
Okay.
and they had really good harmonies. There's Point of Grace,
Okay. That sounds familiar.
four girls.
Okay.
But yeah, some of the stuff they do with their vocal harmonies are
Is awesome.
just, yes, inspiring. Something I learned about Point of Grace when I was listening to one of theirs not too long ago. Most of their songs, they have a drummer
Okay.
and their voices.
Nice.
All of the harmonies were coming from their voices.
That's beautiful.
And I mean, I never realized that before.
That's beautiful. It's like pentatonics.
Yeah, and it was such a strength to it. They were very popular. They had several albums out that were very popular, I don't know, maybe in the 80s.
The a cappella group.
Yeah,
most part.
or 90s, yeah. But anyway,
I'm
yeah,
sure
I
I
love
know their
harmonies.
songs. I'm sure.
Probably have heard them.
My husband does better remembering names of every single artist and every single song that goes with it. Kind of like all the sports teams he knows and every single player. It's just stuff gets stuck in his brain that doesn't get stuck in mine. He remembers
Yeah.
lyrics that I can't even remember. He's good at that.
There's an army coming, and I know where it's going. There's an army coming.
I'm wanting to do that slide.
There's an army coming.
Is that okay? you can even slow it down
Oh,
at the
that's
end.
nice.
Let's see. No, that doesn't work.
I was gonna say, wait a minute.
That's just better than.
That sounds nice.
Yeah, this little puppy helps me.
Beautiful.
Yeah, that's that kind of rich echo. And this particular setting
Uh huh.
has,
It makes it sing.
what do they call that? A gliss? It adds some harmonics that go really high.
It's really pretty.
I don't know if you can hear it there. I can't really hear it there. I was hearing it some of the time. Not really hearing it, but
When you went
sometimes.
dun 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 dun, you did it.
It's not standing out to me then. Okay, here, there. It's a little high thing that.
And when you do the slidey thing, you slid.
It's tricky. That's how I should do it. Or,
Oh, and you pain. I don't know.
fingers. That's what I was looking for. Okay.
So did you teach yourself how to play, or did you go to school to learn?
Stop myself. I've had a little bit of lessons here and there,
So
Yeah,
you
for
picked
like-
it up for yourself and just kind of.
pretty much. But, and I know people say, you play so well, it sounds so good. But yet I see a lot that I don't know. Especially when you look at Tony and his experience and how he thinks. I understand a little bit of the framework, but I can't operate in that framework. Like modes and change of keys and stuff like that. So what I'm trying to do is shift how I picture things and how I organize
Okay.
the music in my mind. Like I know the notes on the neck, but I think in terms of the names of the notes.
Mm-hmm.
Where that causes me a problem is when I get into a key I'm not familiar with. E flat. I'm kind of lost then. I mean, I can figure out the chords, but I can't really do any lead in it by using names of notes because I'm not used to it. So what I need to do is shift to a pattern-based picture and kind of roadmap. So like I know if I start here, this is a G.
Right.
I know that pattern.
Okay.
I know the pattern that way, but I still can't jump into E flat and pull the chords and the lead out of it or harmonies or whatever. But if I get away from the names, like here's an interesting. Anyways, so in G, one of the interesting patterns about this, you start with G here. So these are both G's. In that scale, the 5th fret, all of those notes are in the scale, and at the 7th fret, they're all in the scale. And then open is all in the scale. So this open is a G note. So when the root note is on the 3rd string, all of those notes are in the key, all of this is, and all of this is. So that's one of the patterns, I know that, I need to incorporate that into my mental picture. So these all are, and then one ahead, two ahead, two ahead, two ahead, one ahead. So it's, the pattern kind of, so it's like that. But what I need is that picture of the pattern seamless in my mind.
Okay.
And that, I'll sometimes make mistakes because I don't have that locked in my head.
Visual. Visual and sound.
Yeah. In some things
The patterns.
in some things I'm more visual, but that particular one, if I can get that locked down, anyway, bottom line, I can go further. Like, actually, no, if this is a B flat, I can start there. Because I'm going by that particular pattern in scale that I know.
Okay.
But if I need to skip around in it, I can't do that. Because it's that pattern, that pattern for the following the exact scale, note by note, I can do it. But to skip around, I can't.
Okay.
So that's what I need to get locked into. And once I can do that and figure the slide the pattern in my mind to any fret, I can go somewhere. So I'm working on that. But anyway, I see a lot of landscape ahead.
Okay.
And I know in jazz there's all kinds of luscious, lovely, drooling on chords
Beautiful.
that that I need to become more familiar with. Like there's a it's a
Very
little
nice.
kind of walk
Absolutely.
down. One that I like. Let's see. And that's got a chromatic walk down. So it's getting to some of those jazzy chords.
That's beautiful. What song is that? I know that song. That sounds familiar.
It sounds familiar, but actually it's something I wrote.
That's
But
beautiful. It sounds familiar.
yeah, there is something.
It sounds very familiar.
Yeah.
Not a Beatles song, but it sounds very familiar.
Well, this one I'm sure
beautiful.
you'll recognize. Well, I'm playing the chords. How do they do it?
I know that song.
It's Stairway to Heaven.
Okay.
But I can't sing it. And I'm climbing the stairway to heaven. Da 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 da. Climbing the stairway to heaven.
Oh, yeah.
So I like that. I love that chord setting. So I'll play with it. I've even done it in Bob Jones Vision Center.
But nobody noticed. And they're singing worship music to it, right?
Yeah, something along those lines, and
So much fun. That's so much fun.
Yeah, and there's just something about the jazz chords, and actually, that's kind of where
Hardest
my heart, my
passion.
inspiration, my
Mhm.
passion. People aren't doing that in Christian music, and I'm screaming exactly. That's what I'm screaming. Why? It's so
beautiful.
rich. Now,
It is.
now I think the Blacks do have some of those chords. They do it in a gospely black style,
Mhm. But
Not-
not in a jazzy.
not really a jazz
low.
style.
Do-do-do-do.
Yeah.
You can totally do something jazzy.
Oh
I
yeah.
love it.
Away, away, away. Nothing but your way. You move, Lord.
Sorry.
Love it.
Tried a little differently. So yeah,
Love
I
it.
just there's passion in jazz,
Amen.
and I mean in our worship we have passion. So why
Why
aren't
not link
people
the two?
good? So some of the stuff that I come up with or that I write and end up doing as an not instrumental but yeah, as a backing for others to sing, like with Bill and Anna Carroll. I often end up doing a couple things like that. But one of them was, let's see.
Take us deeper, Lord. Take us deeper, Where you go, we'll follow, Lord. Where you go, we'll follow, Lord. Where you go, we'll follow, Lord. We'll follow you. Where you go, we'll follow, Lord. Where you go, we'll follow, Lord. Where you go, we'll follow, Lord.
Yeah,
I had that
it's
sound
driving.